Well, good morning everybody and welcome to this latest Arsenal update on VU Sports with me, Andy Clarke. Today we come round to the back of the clock end to pay a visit to our main man here, Mr. Thierry Henry, the club's record goal scorer. Henry back at the club at the moment actually, coaching the under-18s and under-19s as he picks up his coaching badges, as well as being a pundit over here at the moment on Sky Sports. Just over his left-hand shoulder, the pictures you can see, they're squad photos that are merged into one. It's the Spirit of Highbury collection of photos from players who played for the club between 1913 and 2006, when the club was at Highbury, just a few hundred metres away before they moved here to the Emirates. And it was a good FA Cup win for Arsenal at the Emirates on Saturday, 3-1 against Sunderland, so they're now through to the fourth round. The draw was made yesterday. Arsenal have another home draw. They'll be at home against Burnley. But it wasn't all plain sailing. The Gunners went down 1-0 fairly early on after a mix-up between Kieran Gibbs and Laurent Koscielny, but recovered through goals from Joel Campbell, Aaron Ramsey and Olivier Giroud. Arsene Wenger made 5 changes for that game. He said he would, and he did bring the changes. He did bring in a young player as well in Alex Iwobi, the 19-year-old, one previous appearance, so Saturday was his home debut. A Nigerian player, the nephew in fact of the great JJ Okocha. He performed well, as did Hector Bellerin, who came into the side, who laid on 2 assists. Mikel Arteta came on midway through the second half, so he got back from injury also. Attention now though turns to the trip to Anfield on Wednesday night, and the team will change again. The likes of Flamini and Ozil, who didn't feature on Saturday, Ozil had a slight knock, are available for selection. Sanchez will undergo a late fitness test, the manager said yesterday at his press conference, but he doesn't expect him to make it. Maybe Sunday here against Stoke will be more realistic. Thomas Rosicky is back in full training, but he won't take any part for a little while yet. The manager was talking about the transfer window yesterday as well. News on Mohamed El Neni, the Egyptian international, played for FC Basel, who Arsenal hoping to sign for £5 million, is that should go through this week. They're hopeful that it will be completed this week. There is just final paperwork to be done, work permits, visas, that type of thing. He did say as well that on the transfer window in general, he expects this to be one of the busiest Januaries the Premier League has ever known, basically because the league is so open at the top and at the bottom. He feels lots of clubs will need to make investment either to try and go and win the league, finish in European places, or just quite simply avoid the drop. Liverpool, he expects a tough game from. He says it's always ferocious when you go to Liverpool, and feels that Jurgen Klopp as well, when asked about Klopp, has the potential to do well in English football. He was asked as well about Liverpool's aggressive pressing game, and said that that's nothing new, that they've encountered that on numerous occasions in the past. He had a quick word about the Ballon d'Or, predicted before the announcement was made that Lionel Messi would win it for the 5th time, but to be honest, I think most of us could have predicted that. But also closed with some remarks about David Bowie, the Londoner, world-famous musician who unfortunately passed away yesterday. And Wenger went into some detail actually. He said that being of the same generation, Bowie's music was really, really important because it gave everybody the courage to be themselves and to encourage individualism, which is certainly something he's always done as a manager. So that's the latest from me. I'll be back later in the week. Have a good week in the meantime.